Hello everybody, it is October 9th, 2015, and welcome to the show. We're going to go ahead and continue with our fantastic playthrough of Read-Only Memories, which we started yesterday. We had a blast with it. We had some good philosophical questions. We had some sad moments as a thing had happened. It makes us all sad. Because the little guy, he was sad. Though he's not now. Though I think he actually is, but doesn't want to state it. Of course, before we get started, I did want to, of course, shout out to the soundtrack for this game, which is fantastic, which is what we had for our little pre-game show funnery, as I like to try and theme the music if I can, though sometimes I just get lazy and, throw something out there. But because this game actually has a fantastic soundtrack, we're going to throw that out there, and it has been very enjoyable so far, just jamming out and stuff. Also, I actually have the bottle list time to show you guys. I'm going to be finishing up the remainder of the beer that my roommate got. It's a local brew, which you may or may not be able to read. There we go. Which is the Old Republic Brewery. This is the Angry Joe... Lucky Joe IPA. So, before we get going, cheers to you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you guys are doing well. In fact, you guys should tell me how you are doing as I load this game up. I think this is the right save. Okay, cool. So based off of last time's playthrough, there is a lot of dialogue of these characters, and I don't think it's really going to be good for my ability to speak if I continue to voice act every aspect of it. I will, of course, voice act some of it, because we should always have some fun voice acting and some reading for you guys. Because, I don't want to make you have to read the entirety of the dialogues and everything. Maybe you're on a phone and that's not easy for you to do. So I'll try and, kind of do it a little bit here and there. But for now, we can go ahead and start doing some. So let's see if I can remember all my voices that I did yesterday. Okay, we have a lead. However tenuous, I've highlighted the KOS IO Corp Office building on your map. Also, while we were talking to Tomcat, I received an email from Dr. Fairlight. Okay, so cool, we're at the spot where I actually called it last time. Displaying. Ah, greetings, Figbird. I hope you'll forgive me for text-only message, but I had a moment of quiet while undergoing my treatments, and I'm not presentable for a video call. Still, I wanted to let you know of an idea I had while I was looking into the circumstances of our mutual acquaintance's disappearance. I have not yet had any luck with the contacts inside Parallax, but I was reminded of an old friend by the name of Melody Flores, who may know more about the nature of Hayden's research. She is the owner of Flower Cybernetics, and Hayden has been known to work closely with her on projects involving the intercession of Parallax's systems and the implants that Flowers designs. Now, I cannot give you an introduction myself. Melody and I had a falling out and are no longer on speaking terms. But perhaps the intrigue of Hayden's little robot will get you an entry into her home. Hope this lead serves you well. If you need anything else from me, I will be in the hospital room where we met for the next few days. You may not think of me as the type for a public hospital, but I like to keep close to the city. I will send word if any other insights or discoveries, yeah, whatever. Your friend, Dr. Yannick Fairlight. God, I suck at his name. Interesting. I had no knowledge of Hayden ever working with Flower Cybernetics, but now I'm starting to understand just how little I really knew about his research. Maybe this Melody can reveal more about the purposes of my construction. Hayden must have kept a development secret for a reason, or kept my development secret for a reason. Hopefully, we can talk our way in. I have highlighted Melody's home on your map. Okay. We can now enter the Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home. Up to you where we go first. Alright. Now we got ourselves a little bit of a plan. I wonder if there's anything new on the computer. Let's check that out first. Ha! It's apparently useless. That's unfortunate. It's kind of sad, because I have a laptop I've called Lappy for the longest time. Well, its true name was Laptopius, but we decided to shorten it for the sake of describing. But yeah, it's an ancient laptop that I don't really get a chance to use anymore, because it doesn't work. Apparently something crashed. What the hell just crashed? Is that... Hold on. I gotta figure out what crashed. What the fuck? Doesn't seem like anything important crashed. What crashed? Okay. Was that in game? I don't think it was in game. Am I crazy? Oh. It was Skype breaking for reasons. I don't even care, Skype. We're not even using you. Okay. Whatever. I'm so sad the plant died too, though. Wilty. Alright. Ready to head out? Yeah, let's go. Alright, so we got a couple of options here. I still don't think I really trust Fairlight. He might be trying to get information that he otherwise wouldn't be able to, like through like an acquaintance or something. But I mean, I don't really know. I trust Comcat a lot more in this circumstance because it was actually somebody that was related to the character that sadly we know the sadness of. That being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with KCOB because I think that that's a better choice to start with. So let's go there first. Here we are, Figbird. The KOS IO Corp office building. It looks like most of the business for this block is... it looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under KOS IO Corp. Is that important? Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means that it's unlikely that it's unlikely that they're the ones interfering with the Augmented Eyes articles. Not impossible, but unlikely. I guess we'll have to look further afield. That makes sense, Figbird. Let's look at all the stuff. Looking at all the stuff. Our plant died! Bulbits Riploia, one of the most popular display ferns in recent times. Expensive, given the cost of caring for it. The species is native to threatened tropical forest, but it became popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservativist. Cool. Welcome sign. Oh, we can go up? Trees! That is ridiculous. There are trees growing out of, like, the roof of the building? What? Ha! Interesting things to note. This is a very secure building. Okay. Good to know, I guess. I guess we'll just go on in. The missionet says that Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up to talk to her. No shenanigans this time. That's good. Hee, the little cute robot! Zach 8.7. It's an account maintenance bot, but it looks like a little kitty. It's a little kitty. Oh, hey, look. You can just talk to her. Do I want to voice this character? I guess for now we can. Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink? Hassie Hot would hit the spot. Ah, good choice. My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying that I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press, but it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scooping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they're in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send my own reporters against my allies. even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather be the one in the media. I'm kind of considerably less nasty than the other CEOs. Now, what do you know about our problem here?
Someone's tampering with your articles on the mesh.
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling the hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend to understand everything they say, but from what I do understand, chances are our articles aren't being made from the inside, understand that changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it'll be a big help.
Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job?
I guess I'm not. My network admin assures me it's coming from somewhere else. They told me they tore out all the routers that broadcast the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I am not going to claim I understand. I pay them the big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Do you have any idea where I should start looking?
Not really. My admin says the only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kinds of changes as somebody passes across the net. I personally think it's a clever hacker, rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The company's strangling grip on mesh network provision is primarily due to the public's absolute trust in them as one of the good guys. It's truly easy to get up ROMs, use a different OS than Lips, or a different meshnet protocol without any trust. I could be wrong. You're the hungry news hound, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
What kind of changes are being made?
Most of the little things, the word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on the news technologies coming out of more critical organizations like the Human Revolution that are anti-tech. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about an HR protest was changed to the outright vitriolic. Yeah, whatever. And I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the HR if I don't have to.
Okay, that's a start.
I know it isn't a whole lot to go on, but if I had all the answers, you wouldn't be standing in my office. Anything else you wanted to ask, with the understanding that I'm not going to give you anything I think you can use against me?
Can you think of any reason why you're being targeted?
Like what? There isn't much more that I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in the Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055, almost 10 years ago now. We focus more on in-depth reporting and on-the-streets happenings on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones at it, or good ones left. Once folks in the other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They investigated the right place and paid off. KOSIO Corp is happy to have us here in the SF. It wasn't until your hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All that said, I can't believe anyone would target us, unless they are just trying to embroil us in mudslinging match with the Human Revolution. And there are more direct ways of making that happen.
Know if anyone else has articles being manipulated?
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this, but if it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hot questions. So, off the record, you might want to check out the TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova. That's all I'll say. And you can't blame me for not wanting to be connected to sending you after someone as a competitor.
What's the real reason why you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalists should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker.
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason. Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, you know? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at digging up leads and new gadgets and implants, making sure that they don't stack too many stims, remembering that they did at raves for the after-party report. They're not experienced enough to real investigative journalism, and they don't have the right contacts. The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means that you'll probably do know the right people. Is that enough ego polishing for you, or should I go on?
That's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that. I won't ask you to lie or anything we write, but do remember that you're in contact with me, not even second-hand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way, and this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck and goodbye. Well, that was more confrontational than I had expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that hassy either. It is always like this, Figbird. Or is it always like this, Figbird? Why am I still doing that? Whatever.
People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive.
Very true. I'll admit that I'm interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all this really is due to somebody manipulating the Mashnet on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path.
True that.
Anyway, seems like our next step is... what's that? Oh!
Who just jumped out the window?
What the? That's Zin!
Oh shit, guys. Stuff just got real.
I feel sarcastic.
Well, that's one way to get plausible deniability.
Your sharp tongue is starting to grate on my last circuit, Figbird.
Oh, sorry.
A woman may be dead, and all you can do is offer pithy quips. Perhaps your experience has left you dead and cold inside, but the rest of us still have hearts. So shut up, and let's head back up to her office. Maybe we can find out what happened.
I mean, that was the plan.
It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon. The audio receptors are one of its more visibly damaged parts.
Well, thanks. Can't see that from right now.
Ah, her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off the keyboard. Most of this isn't very interesting. Community reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network of admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor, Charlie Nova, stood out like their sore thumb. Apparently, he's a bit pompous in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the Human Revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect considering how natural his on-air reporting has been. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters filing up traffic or whatever, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make it look critical at the movement as a whole. just like the augmented eye journalist. This is Charlie. Fellow is one we need to talk to. Super Family Link? Yeah! I love those game titles, guys. An unopened duck game! That is so cool. This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me? Yeah! Oh yes, guys. Ah yes. Ah yes. Quack. Oh, good shit. Yeah, I think the fact that the robot's damage is kind of important to me. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably somebody, or it's probably a robot. I don't think this one is big enough to throw it, though. Oh, god damn it. We'll go with a nicer action. Oh, look at that. He's lying. I love the fact that the robot is lying. It's like it's kind of interesting. I feel like we're slowly turning Lexi against us, which I don't like. This is a hard question. I'm gonna go with the latter of the two. It's true. It's a very smart move. Well, that and probably a robot. Yeah, that's probably a good call, because if the information on the computer was looked at, then they're going to know that. I mean, I wasn't trying to insult you. What? That's not what I intended at all. No! I like you, little guy. You're useful and awesome and hilarious. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go, because I mean, if either there's something here, it's not even a big deal. Well, we need to know more about Charlie, so why don't we ask that? Not because... No, my computer's fucked! Why? I mean, I don't know why he's so angry. Like, is it just because I made that quip earlier? Like, that's sad. I mean, I know we don't have a whole lot of time, man. We get this. I don't care about TMI Entertainment. I need to know more about him because that'll help us figure out where he's at. Okay, so he's a TV personality. That changes things. I mean... That's funny. But that's kind of how it goes, I guess. His hair is flawless. Got it. Oh, I did not realize that was ears. Next Wednesday, yeah, that's useful. Yeah, Turing is definitely on edge after last chapter. He's getting more aggressive about things, and like that's yeah. Tactful. That's something that we haven't been so far in all of our investigations, have we? Okay. I feel like this is the guy we're looking for. Damn. It's kind of douchey. Clearly not you, because you're a dick. Also, those glasses are fucking ridiculous. I don't know if this line of questioning is going to get us any results, but we'll see. That's funny. You know, the only downside of this being in one of these, like, you know, this being the beer, I should say, and one of these larger jug-like things is that it's kind of flat. It makes me sad. It's okay, though, because we have plenty of beer for afterwards. The Glicks do basically farm themselves into a thing like that. This is an important question to ask. Or to answer, I should say. I mean, I think that the best answer is probably the middle one, at least to get what we want. But I think the top one is also a viable choice. The bottom one is just more being a bitchy banteriness, which I like, of course, but at the same time may not be useful for this particular conversation. So I don't know. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with the middle one. Damn. He's got a good point. No, I mean, at least he's fucking honest about it. And he's not really wrong either. Like, I mean, if I were him and some person randomly stopped in, I certainly would not offer to do either of those things. So I guess we do have to go with this one. I should have just went with my fucking be a douchebag moment thing. Nah, I guess we should just start with that. I mean, I was hoping we didn't have to, but, you know. Well, I mean, at least we got to where we wanted to. Okay. He's my pompous clown. Nice. Cool, we actually do get to talk to him. Of course. Oh, I didn't realize that Sympathy was actually a woman. That's news to me. This game is definitely full of all the non-standard life choice kind of people. So it's hard. I guess. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Other than the fact that because there's no voice acting or no like official stuff that's going on, it can be kind of hard to relate to the characters immediately upon like interacting with them. Because up until this point, like, I don't know, just. I guess the easiest way to describe it is just that, you know, you're expecting one thing just based off of what you see, and you're not getting that. That's not a bad thing, so to speak. It's just a thing that, like, kind of... I realize retrospectively and just go, oh, okay. And I have to, like, accept that. Whereas I think there could have been... If there was more, I guess just flat out more budget to kind of creating these personalities a little bit more distinctly, we would have had no problems making those connections without it being kind of a surprise to us that way. Like, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. It's not that I'm not enjoying it after all. We know who you are. You were the most obvious Charlie Bravo in the goddamn world, dude. And you were considered the talent show host, and we knew that. Because we asked Turing, which is why I asked Turing. Even though he gave me shit for it. I don't like either of these questions because they don't really matter. But I guess we'll go this way. Well, at least he's obviously onto that aspect. Like a Nova, of course. What a name. The mean streets of Neo SF. I mean, I don't know how different Neo SF is from real SF, but I don't really know if I don't personally know of any places that are really that mean street like. I mean, there's some places where it's pretty, you know, janky, but I just don't think the city has like a reputation of having the mean streets. You know? It's not like a Chicago thing where it's kind of like a thing. Well, yeah, generally the fans are the people that count. I can agree with him there. Of course you can, because you work there. It's a bunch of BS. It's probably both. This guy is ridiculous. What kind of technical glitch would change the way your writing is when you post it? That is a really, really weird and specific technical glitch. I mean, I assume that they are, but that's just how it is. Let's go with this one. Of course we did. I don't know how to answer this. Not satisfactory, at least to my feelings, I guess is the best word to utilize. Go this way. I'm glad we gave him the bullshit. Okay. I think just being straightforward at this point is the way to go. Okay. I suppose having faith in people is an important thing to have. Okay. Hopefully. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Well, that's good news, at least. Okay. Well, it did not go well at all. It gave us no information. We have no idea what the like, nothing. I mean, of course he does. I think it's this way to go. Oh, good. It's true. God, the music in this game is so good. Like, I'm just sitting here, like, chilling out to it. It's like, yeah, got a beer. It's just fucking, let's move and groove. Also, quack, quack. I'm gonna go with sure. Yeah, we've been there once. Don't you remember? It's actually a pretty good time for us to break between scenes. So we'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the music while I pour some more beer and all that fun stuff.